Good morning, Guardians. Ebontis here with your Arms Day review information for October 26th. Looks like Banshee is trying to fool us here with his nice Cryptarch mask. But we all know you are the Gunsmith and the Cryptarch is down there, who usually is the one who ruins our day. So, let's go ahead and see what we've got from last week's orders, what field tests we've got, and then what we can hope for on next week. For the Thesan FR4, number 1 and number 3 are decent. On number 3, you are typically going to look at hand-laid stock. You get stability 4 range, and then rangefinder kind of balances that one out. Personally, it's kind of a give and take, but it's a nice boost to stability. Honestly, though, if you go Thesan FR4 number 1, I would probably say it's the better one, just maybe by a hair or by preference. You get a hot swap, and most of the time with a fusion rifle, you're going to want to pull it out and use it fairly quickly. You're not likely going to run around with it a lot. So if you pair hot swap with quick draw, you can pull it out quickly, get that boost to accuracy, and then rangefinder will give you the range that you need, which is the speed of those projectiles, and that one actually can be a pretty good option. Still not quite a god roll, but could be a reasonable one for you guys. For the Herja-D this week, none of them are great rolls. You'll be looking for a little better when it comes to that main perk slot, but number 2 does have rangefinder and reinforced barrel, both definitely boost to range if you want to test out how that feels. You'll have a nice boost to range, especially when you're ADS, but of course, you're not going to have any boost to stability. This will give you a feel on if you think the rangefinder perk is worth it, or if you want to look for something like counterbalance to really control that recoil, and then pair that with something like reinforced barrel for the range. Put those together, it can be a nice gun, so it definitely can be better, but as you can buy it again next week, pick up number 2, and if you don't like it, chunk it and get some marks for it, and then move on. For the Lyudmila-D this week, we've got a pretty good option in number 2, glass half full, already going to get bonus damage on half. Then you've got spray and play to increase reload speed. You can pair that with speed reload for even more if you feel pretty comfortable controlling it. You can go hand-laid stock if you're okay giving up a little range for some stability. High caliber rounds make them hit a little harder. It's really your option on that one, but honestly, between glass half full and spray and play, it's a pretty good start. Speed reload if you just want that thing to keep firing. Hand-laid stock if you need to keep that thing under control just a little bit more. For the Suros JLB42, we've got really no great options this week. You're looking for tracking or grenades and horseshoes, tracking for PvE, grenades and horseshoes for PvP. As we don't have any of those, I would tell you guys to basically just hold on. Other perks that you're going to be looking for, javelin, warhead veneers, heavy payload, anything to boost your velocity or your blast radius are what you're going to be wanting. So look for those next week. Tracking, grenades and horseshoes are pretty much a must though. Finally, we come to the Eirene RR4 this week. Not a bad option here on number 1. You've got triple tap, which is great for those boss headshots. Get that extra bullet straight into your magazine. Definitely useful there. Then you pair that one with casket mag. You've got a bigger magazine than usual. You can get quite a few shots on a boss with a gun that hits very hard. It's a pretty nice combination. Life support is okay on the last one. You could do something like clown cartridge or mulligan, which would be much more useful in my opinion, especially for a PvE boss shooter. But in general, this one actually has decent perks on it. So, and life support if you shoot somebody and you get some health back on those kills could help you now and then. But honestly, you could be better on that last column. But these first two are pretty solid paired together. For the field test weapons this week, we've got 2 Crucible and 3 PvE. First one we've got here is the Suros auto rifle. Knock some kills out in Crucible with this one, and you'll get your percentage for reputation with this. Then we come to the Amalon test fusion rifle for Vex Minotaurs. Again, remember this only counts for the red bar Vex Minotaurs, so the majors won't count. But you can kill the Vex Minotaurs, no matter the yellow ones, with this. Just kill Vex targets with this pulse rifle, so you can run around the Citadel with both of these, knock them out pretty quickly together. Here you've got the Hawkeye test shotgun. Use this against hive targets. Of course, you can always go Awoke in the hive or wherever you please. Just get some hive target kills and you'll be done. Finally, you've got the Amalon sniper rifle. While not the best stats in the world, at least if you're, horoscoped somewhere and you're trying to get some kills, try this one. Definitely make you hone up on your sniping skills because it does not have a whole lot that's working in your favor. So practice up and just work on those headshots. As for next week's Foundry orders, got some decent options in here. First, we've got the Suros ARI-45. This is in the realm of the low rate of fire, high impact auto rifles. It's also got one of the highest ranges when it comes to auto rifles, so you're in a pretty good starting place because auto rifles need all the range they can get. Stability on this one's a little lower though, so you'll definitely be looking for some solid stability perks, maybe a little extra booster range, if not both. This can be a pretty good gun though, so consider picking this one up for sure. Then you've got the Tuanella SR4. When it comes to scout rifles, this one is actually pretty solid. It's right there, kind of in the same family as the hung jury for your medium impact, medium rate of fire. This one does have a little lower range, which range on a scout rifle typically is not a worry, but you actually got a little higher stability and then even higher aim assist than, say, hung jury, because that's what I know a lot of people have. The reload time is a little slower on this one, so if you get a booster reload time for saying if you don't give up too much of anything else, can be a decent option. Also be looking for some nice stability on this one, maybe some aim assistance, but all in all, pretty good gun. I know some people like this one even more than hung jury, so for sure, pick this one up. It can be pretty good. Then we come to the Judith-D hand cannon. This is your highest impact, lowest rate of fire hand cannon. Now, this one has pretty solid range on it just because, again, it's that ultra high impact, but its stability is really low. So you've really got to make sure your shots count. The aim assist is decent, so if you're aimed in the right direction, it can give you a little bit of assistance, but that second follow-up shot is going to be hard to do. So got to learn to control this horse because it's going to kick like a mule. So it's not a bad gun with the right perks. It just takes the right hand to get used to handling it. So keep that in mind. If you're a hand cannon user or not, this one may or may not be for you. Next, we've got the Herja-D pulse rifle. This one and the Lyudmila-D pulse rifle, both of these are in the Hake family. The Herja-D pulse rifle is going to be the medium rate of fire, medium impact, and the Lyudmila is going to be your high impact, low rate of fire. For the Herja, you actually have okay range, but not the best for its category. It's actually on the lower end of range, so a range boost would be nice. Also, you've got stability that's pretty high up there for the category, so definitely not anything to slouch at, but on pulse rifles, you really want that stability as high as possible. You don't want to give it up for range or anything like that. So a boost to range and a boost to stability without giving either up would be great. Aim assistance is just square in the middle, so not too shabby. Reload speed's reasonable as well. So again, boost to stability, decent boost to range. We should be in decent shape on this one. And then finally on the Lyudmila, you've got good range and okay stability, but your aim assistance is fairly low. Trying to put this one together potentially more with perks that are going to boost your damage. So something like Head Seeker, Crowd Control, Glass Half Full, and then if you pair that one, depending on how you want to play it, if you want. On this one, you've got solid range. You can boost it even more with Rangefinder, but something like Counterbalance to really narrow down that recoil. Spray and play if you just want to go on bullet shooting frenzy, you'll get it back faster. And then pair it with either fitted stock, hand laid stock, and then you can decide anything else past that. But just boosting stability and range, either one's going to be an option. But when it comes to that one, you probably want to go with a boost to stability, of course. So all reasonable options this week. I don't think there's anything that's kind of a meh option. Not like the Kumakatok. I'm not a big fan of that one. So pretty good options. Just kind of pick what you think floats your fancy this week. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for Arms Day, guys, for the 26th of October. Say goodbye to the Cryptarch/Banshee. Then we'll come over here and say hello to the Engram. But yeah, as I said, that wraps it up, guys. Hope this was helpful for you. Gives you an idea of what to go for. Got a couple to hold over till next week, so we'll be holding on to a few. Got a couple duplicates that you can go after as well. So all in all, not the best week, but a couple decent options between your Thesan. It's pretty reasonable, and then also your Eirene is also pretty good, but those could be a little better. Just again, depends on if you're going for that God roll, or if you just need something to use for the time being. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. Check out my main channel page to subscribe there. Get all the content that I get going your way. And then always, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like below. Helps me out quite a bit. So have a good morning, and I will talk to you guys soon. Enjoy Festival of the Lost.